What's good, everybody? It's Kaige-O Gaming, and welcome back to a brand new series of Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord. If you are excited for this series, make sure to leave a like. If this isn't really your thing or you don't really want to see more of this, make sure to leave a dislike. I will say this is the first time I mentioned in a post probably a week or two ago that I wanted to start experimenting with this game and Helldivers. And we've been doing some Helldivers content, so I wanted to make good on my promise and start uploading some Mountain Blade Bannerlord 2. The main reason I want to get into this game is I've been playing this for quite a while on my own time, but now that they're starting to create like the Lord of the Rings mods and they have like the Warhammer mods going, like I think most of all I'm excited about the mods that I can bring into this game. This is going to be a vanilla run, no mods. We do not have the War Sales DLC. Since this is the first time on the channel, I figured we would just do a basic campaign. So let's go ahead and jump on into it. Now, I have played with a few factions. I'll let the cutscene play out.
For 500 years, the Calradian Empire dominated the continent. Its armies scattered foes before them. The strongholds of proud tribes crumbled beneath its engines of war. From the forests of the north to the wastes of the south, all was brought beneath the standard of their legions. Brutal as the conquest was, the wise agreed that it brought peace. The land, now untroubled by armies, grew rich. But empires, like men, grow old. Leaders lose a common cause. Corruption spreads. Old enemies learn the Empire's tricks and devise new ones of their own. Until one day, the bonds holding the Empire snap. Then comes the Civil War, pitting all against all. A time of hatred. A time of suffering. But also, even in the worst hours, a time of courage and defiance. As new leaders arise, from new places and new peoples, to turn back the tides of destruction and bring forth a new world from the ashes of the old.
Nice. Now, as I was saying, I've done like the typical Vlandian start, I've done the Empire start, and I've made it a decent ways into this game. Like, I've made it to a point where I've become a vassal of other kingdoms, I've defeated entirety of factions, I've owned like my own castles. I've never started my own kingdom, I never got that far. I'm not exactly sure how long this series will go. I guess that kind of depends on your guys' feedback. So if you guys are enjoying this series, make sure to let me know. But for this run, I'm not really sure how far I want to take it, but I would like to start diving into this game a little deeper to really understand it, and that way we can eventually expand into the modding community, which again, I'm very excited for. I do think for this run, I want to be an archer. And I feel like it makes the most sense for us to run with the Battanians. So I think that is going to be our culture. They still remember the olden days when the woods stretched across northern Calradia, and the Empire and its cities had yet to violate their sanctity. The fierce warriors remain loyal to their traditional ways. They paint their faces when going to battle, and even their noblemen prefer to fight on foot while using great axes and two-handed swords with deadly efficiency. 50% less speed penalty and 15% sight range bonus in forests. Towns owned by Battanian rulers will have 20% chance of militias to spawn as veteran militias, and 10% slower build rate for town projects and settlements. From what I understand, the Battanians, especially in before the War Sales DLC, is quite a difficult faction to play. So I think it's clear from like my Total War series that I do like challenge in strategic games. So let's see if we have what it takes. I am going to be running as the Battanians. For our guy, I feel like the Battanians are what, like a Scottish Ireland faction. I don't really care about this stuff too much, if I'm being honest. This guy looks good. Maybe we'll give him some long hair. This looks good. I like it. Alright, this is gonna be our character. Yeah, that definitely gives, like, Scotland vibes, so I'll take it. Okay. You were born into a family of... We got two-handed and bow. I mean, that's pretty solid right there. Medicine and charm with intelligence, athletics, throwing, and control. Smithing and two-handed with endurance, scouting, tactics, and cunning, roguery, charm. I think because we are going to kind of be focusing the Battanian strategic ways of two-handed sword and bows, we'll probably go with this with some vigor. We might not use a shield in this run. It might make it a little more challenging, but I kind of want to join the archer rank, so we won't really be frontline anyways. So I think I'm going to go with this. I'll do my best for... I mean, Bannerlord has been out for quite some time, so I would assume a majority of the people watching this have an idea of what Bannerlord is and how the game works, but in case you guys don't, obviously we have our main skills here: vigor, control, endurance, cunning, social, and intelligence. As these go up, the more you can level up these sub-skills. So in vigor, the higher you have vigor, the higher you can level up your one-handed, two-handed, polearm, etc. for the rest of the skills. As a child, you were noted for... We have cunning with leadership and tactics. Two-handed and throwing. I don't like the throwing. With vigor. Control and endurance. I don't think we will be a horseman, so this one might be nice. Engineering, trade, and intelligence could be nice. Charm, leadership, and social. Writing, medicine, and endurance. I think I'm going to go with attention to detail. Now, what we're choosing right now is focus points, which increases our experience gain in these specific skills. Like all village children, you helped out in the fields. You also... It's polearm and tactics with control. One-handed, cunning, and roguery. Athletics, smithing, and vigor. Social with trade and charm. Engineering and leadership with intelligence, which steward would be nice. Obviously, that's going to allow us to get more troops in our battalion. Engineering would be nice, but we're still going to be a little ways away from that. Or cared for horses. We don't want that. Leadership. I might go trade and charm here with some social. Getting some more money from trade. Charm will be nice once we want to find a wife. Yeah, we'll go with that. Chieftain, servant, steward, tactics, and cunning. Is this all? That's gonna give us the bow. Bow, engineering, and intelligence sounds kind of nice. Throwing, one-handed control, charm, scouting. Charm, scouting, and social wouldn't be bad. Stood guard with the garrisons. Bow, engineering, intelligence. That's also pretty nice. As a youngster growing up in Calradia, war was never too far away. We stood guard with the garrisons. Before you set out for a life of adventure, your biggest achievement was defeating an enemy, save the city, its tactics, social, and cunning. Money in a workshop for smithing and trade. Oh, calculating and plus 10 renown would be nice. This is 20 renown. That's bows and crossbows. I don't care so much for the crossbow. Roguery is what? You can tell when a guard wants a bribe, you know how to intimidate someone and have a good sense of what you can and can't get away with. Treated people well is charm and steward. 5 renown, mercy, generosity, and honor, and a point to social. Maybe we'll stick with this. Treated people well. Like many families in Calradia, your life was upended by war. Your home was ravaged by the passage of army after army. Eventually, you sold your property and set off with your father, mother, brother, and your 2 younger siblings to a new town you'd heard was safer, but you did not make it. Along the way, the inn at which you were staying was attacked by raiders. Your parents were slain and your 2 youngest siblings seized, but you and your brother survived because... subdued. Drove them off with arrows. Tactics could be nice. Don't want the horse. Trick the raiders. Organize, charm, and leadership. Engineering and two-handed. With intelligence. I think we threw up makeshift fortifications. Our character name. Derngil. I like that name. We'll go with Derngil. We are going to be playing on Bannerlord, the realistic difficulty. Start game. We're not going to be doing the tutorial.
Brother, it's been 3 days now we've been tracking those bastards. I think we're getting close. We need to think about what happens when we catch them. How are we going to rescue our brother and sister? Are we up for a fight? This looks like an old training field for the legions. Perhaps we can spare some time and brush up on our skills. The practice could come in handy when we catch up with the raiders.
We have no time to lose. We can do more if we split up. Skip tutorial.
Are you sure about that?
I am sure.
Alright then. Let us split up and look for the little ones separately. I'll send you a word if I find them before you do.
Okay.
One other thing, brother. We want people to take us seriously. We may be leading men into battle soon. Let's give our family a name and a banner, like the nobles do.
Let's do it. We're gonna leave. A few hours after you leave the training ground, you come across a wounded man lying under a tree. You share your water with him and try to dress his wounds as best as you can. He tells you he is a traveling doctor. To thank you for your help, he hands you a small bronze artifact, which he says was once given to him in payment by a warrior who said only that it was related to Noretzi's folly. He suspects it might be of great value. You will resolve to find out more. So this kind of has to do with one of the main quests. Fen Takeolair. What's a good family name? What's a good family name? I mean, I'd like it to kind of stick with the culture. We'll just do the generated name. Not do anything fancy. I'm not sure if you can change that later on. If you can, let me know. And if you guys have any ideas. We'll probably do the black and white for the channel. Get a big sigil going. Could do the K. Let's do it. Let's do the K. You and your brother part ways. As he rides over the crest of a hill, he lifts his arm in salute, then disappears from view. A few days ago, you were a family of 6, and now you are alone, and you realize that despite your courage and determination, you and your brother may never see each other again. However, you are not left long in your solitude. As you make the final preparations to set out, a young boy staggers into your camp. Once he regains his breath, he tells you that a small group of bandits raided his village and seized the headman as a hostage. The villagers saw you riding through the countryside and thought you might be able to help them. Now, we probably will be doing these side quests quickly. We do have a skill point in bow. Accuracy penalty when moving, damage with bows by troops in your formation, or bow skill. I think I'm going to go dead aim for the extra headshot damage. And we are going to be putting a focus point into bows. That's the first thing we're going to want to level up. I don't necessarily want to recruit any troops yet, because I'd like to make it to our culture over here and start recruiting troops over in this area, so we can stick with our culture. But our quest is going to take us to Tavea. This is a stealth mission. Thank heaven our lad found you. Please, sir. We'd heard about the terrible affair at the inn and that a couple of warriors were planning to track those killers down. Are you one of them? We thought you could help us. Listen, sir. It seems like a small group of bandits broke off from the main group and now they have our headman. They're demanding a ransom, a half-dozen horses and 10 sacks of grain. After all their theft and villainy, we have no horses at all, sirs, and the grain would leave us nothing to plant. They've holed up in a ruined villa a short distance from here, and say that if we try to rescue the headman, they'll cut his throat then and there. But surely you could save him? You could sneak in there and get him out? I guess it's mostly a matter of waiting until their back is turned, then moving quickly from cover to cover. We can give you some things that might help you. We have some special softer boots that our hunters use when they go out at night. When you walk, you'll barely make any noise at all, and some darkened clothes. We have some that would fit you. Also, this dagger. It's probably safest just to get to the headman as stealthily as you can and then sneak back out. But if there's just no getting around one of them, you can take this and come up behind him. And that would make a lot less noise than a straight-out fight. Right, I'll don those hunting clothes and see what I can do. Thank you, my lord. I'll take you right now to the villa. This is a good time. They took some wine when they raided us, and I doubt they'll be on their guard. Lead on. Now, from what I understand, isn't it, quicker to, or isn't it easier to do these missions at night? Oh, you're gonna see here shortly. Potentially. Yeah. We have, little arrows above the enemy's head, and that's kind of their alert level. Oh, I've done this mission a few times. Now we are gonna alert one of them. That's not good. Mission failed. Okay. From what I remember in doing this mission, we want to swing a far right, because if we go, the purple is what's going to give us our cover, the purple shrubs. But if we go to that closest one, that man right there is going to spot us. I'm going to be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of stealth in this game. I find it more tedious and annoying than anything. Yeah, tall grass. He actually did not spot us. Slow and steady will win the race, man. Now, from what I understand, if we go F10... No, that didn't work. I need to learn how to get cinematic shots in this game, but maybe we just can't do it here. Like, see how quickly? Again! Ah, we're wounded this time. If we wait here, we might just have to wait for nighttime. That's gonna take us forever to heal up. We're gonna have to buy some food soon here as well. Well, it says 39 days until no food. I guess we'll be fine for a while. I think we gotta wait till we get to 20% before we can go back in. But let's try this at nighttime. See if that goes better. Our medicine is leveling up because we are wounded. And we are healing in the settlement. Talk to the villager. Lead on. Let's see if this works a little bit better. It would make sense for this to work better. We could... Yeah, we could throw rocks to distract him, actually. If we wanted to. Okay, nobody spotted us that time. It's a good start. Now he's gonna turn. So we need to wait for him to turn around. Nice and quietly. Make sure that he can't spot us. The problem with failing these missions is you have to start all the way over. Can't quite see where he's at. Okay, we're gonna want to wait for him to turn around again. Over that way. And then head up this ladder. That person, that little figure right there, is where we need to get to. Okay, now I remember we throw a rock to distract this guy, but there's a guy in there who can give us some issues. So we gotta wait till he turns around and hit this perfectly. It's all about timing. Alright, so let's distract him now. He's not turned around yet. Now he is. Pray that he can't see us. I think once we get past this guy, we're pretty much in the clear. Don't see a thing, sir. This was a close one. Run! Don't believe there's any more enemies. Okay. You're not one of them. Who are you? What's happening? I'll find a way out. Follow me as soon as it's safe. Alright, and we're gonna have to take this guy down. Nice! And then we should be able to get out of here. We can drag the body. That's not gonna be necessary. Quest successful. Thank you, sir. You have saved my life and put the fear of heaven into those villains, I'm sure. We can handle things from here. There's just a few of them left, and we won't let them take us unaware again. With all our hearts, thank you. I'm always glad to help honest folk like yourselves. We've heard that you're trying to find your family. Our heart goes out to you. That dagger and those hunting clothes, please take them. We pray they can be of use of you. Be of use. And I have 100 dinars that I've been saving. But I want you to have it. If it helps you at all, I'll be glad. I'll take it. I need whatever I can get. Then thank you again. We here in Tevia won't forget what you've done for us. Okie dokie. Well, now, I think what we're going to do is we are going to head on out. Now, blue exclamation points mean they have a quest available. I believe it's orange exclamation points means that they have to do with our current quest that we have. So we need to establish our clan and investigate the Noretzi's folly. We need to talk to 10 nobles. We need to accumulate 2,000 dinars, have a party size of 20, get 50 renown, and have a companion. So, let's go ahead and get on moving. We're gonna try to see if we can't make it into Battanian territory, so we can start with those troops. Daily gold change is 0. We have food for 36 more days. We need to make it over here without running into any bandits or looters like that guy. That was kind of close. That would have been bad. We have more looters over there. We should be pretty fast. What's the retreat? I've never seen that before. What is that? Huh. Battanian's already at war with Empire? Wow. Okay. Well, now that we are in Battanian territories... Ah. Wow. Okay, so we can kind of check out the troop trees here. We have the Battanian Volunteer. Then we have the Woodrunner, who it looks like have javelins, swords, or axes and shields. So this is going to be like their melee line. Sword and shield. Looks like they have a polearm, and throwing. This is going to be their cav. How do we see, like, their stats? You can see their gear. Ah, hover over them. So about 130. Battanian wildlings are actually... I mean, they have the best athletics. Their special troops must be their archers that we get from castles. So you guys have two-handed and a bunch of throwing weapons. One-handed shield and some throwing weapons. So you guys actually do excel or have a lot of throwing weapons, which is good to know. We might end up getting a mix of these troops. And then we have the Highborns, which is where we're going to get our bowmen, which have a skill of 220 on two-handed and bows. So we will take what we can. What does our gear look like? Equipment sets. Every character in Calradia has 3 equipment sets for different purposes: civilian, battle, and stealth. You can switch between their sets using the buttons over the character's models. Note that some equipment may be unusable in certain equipment sets due to their intended environment. This gives us a better stealth bonus. These boots give us a better stealth bonus. Why can't we equip those? Too much weight? That gives us a good stealth bonus. I don't know if we'll really be doing any more stealth, but... Swing speed is 96 versus 94. Cut damage is 58 versus 63. Weapon reach is 65. Your guys' weapon reach is pretty awful. Okay. That's going to be the best of our gear. We do have a mountain hunting bow. We have some arrows, a shield, and a hatchet. But I think I want to go for two-handed. We do have a horse that we start with. Now, we do want to talk to this guy. As you can see, we have the yellow exclamation point, so he should tell us about Neretzi's Folly.
Forgive me what may seem to be an abundance of caution, but please keep your distance. Just beyond sword length is fine. So, who might you be?
My name is Derngil, sir. May I ask your name? Gyarios, rightful emperor of the Calradians. I am lord of Zionica and Jalmaris. What is Neretzi's Folly? Well, that's what some people called the Great Battle of Pendraic in the year 1077. Emperor Neretzes led an army accompanied by Khuzaits and Azurai to fight a coalition of Sturgians, Battanians, and Valandians. It was a disaster for him. He died in it, but the victors didn't fare much better. I see. Can you tell me anything about the Battle of Pendraic? Yes, we will never forget that day, the day we learned that the old men who claimed they had the right to rule us were doddering incompetents. I was with the vanguard. Neretzes apparently knew that the Battanians had planned an ambush. The Khuzait scouts had told him, but he never bothered to inform us. So up we went along a lovely wooded stream until the Battanian arrows started whooshing in from all sides. We had our shields, but you can only point them in one direction at once, so we started to drop one by one until the Battanian falxmen came screaming out of the trees. Ordinarily, they'd be very vulnerable to archers, but, well, old Neretzes hadn't thought to send any along with us. So they came upon us chopping and slashing, and we fought until we broke. I ran too, and any man who tells you he wouldn't in those circumstances is a liar. When I was sitting in the cold woods later that night, hiding with other fugitives, listening to the barbarians whoop and holler as they chopped off heads as trophies, I promised them that no Calradian soldier should again be led into battle by an emperor who knows so little of war. Thank you. So that was the first. And we need to talk to 9 more nobles who have stories like that. Alright, so right now we're just going to try and recruit a bunch of troops. We probably want to stick to places that are with castles, but I mean, it wouldn't hurt to get a mix of troops right now. But their best troops are going to come from castles. That's how we're going to get the good archers. We actually have our first potential fight right here. We're just harmless shepherds. I think not, Brigand. Surrender or die. You'll never take us alive. Okay, so we can attack, send our troops, which is kind of like an auto-resolve. Cavalry gain large bonus, horse archers gain large bonus. Plains battle. Oh, that's kind of cool. I never really send my troops, I kind of fight all my battles, so I never really noticed that, there's things of that. They have 7 infantry and 1 cavalry. We are going to attack. Now, we actually don't get to start off with formations. Seeing that we have some archers.
Forward! Arrows!
We have 4 of them. I'm gonna dismount from my horse. Now, if we go... That doesn't seem to work. I wonder if I have to set that as a hotkey or something. Fire archers! Hey, nice hit. Missed that hit. There we go. Alright, they do have like some throwing weapons, so let's send our infantry to... Nope. To charge. Nice, we won. We gained levels in medicine, bow, and athletics. It looks like 5 of our troops leveled up. We gained 1.9 renown and 1.5 morale. We can take some prisoners, which as of right now we can sell. And now we have the choice to go clan warriors, which is going to be polearm, shield, one-handed sword, and throwing daggers. Or we can go woodrunners, which have one-handed shields and throwing harpoons. Who has the better stats? You guys are better at throwing. You guys are better with the polearm. I think I'm gonna go Battanian woodrunners for now. And our Battanian highborn youth can now become a highborn warrior. So if we look at their stats, you have 60 bow and 42 handed versus 100 bow and 92 handed. So that's a nice little upgrade there. We will take it. We did gain a spear. I'm okay on that. We got some better boots. We got some butter and meat. That's about all that's good. But we will take the loot to sell. So that's kind of what we just want to do right now, is kind of build up our forces, keep taking out bandit armies so that we can eventually level up our renown. And once we get to clan tier 1, we'll be able to become a mercenary. So we're currently at 6 renown, we need 50 in total. We also get an additional companion limit, our party size can increase by 25, and we can get a workshop. We could actually get a workshop now if we had the money, but that's gonna take a little while before we can get that. Seeing that the Battanians are already losing a castle is not a great start. They're actually losing 2 castles, but I'm assuming they are sieging a city, which is pretty nice. I would like to hit those deserters. I don't think we're quite gonna make it in time. Helping the villagers should improve our reputation. Oh, that's not look good. You have champions? I only have 6 troops left. Let's see what happens.
Infantry! Attack! Movement! Move!
I don't really want to ride my horse. We want to move with the formations. And this is going to level up our athletics. So as you can see, our troops are kind of faster than us.
Infantry move! Footmen!
These cav are going to hurt. Probably just need to tell you guys to charge. We've already lost 2 of our archers. Nice, we got one of the horsemen.
Archer move!
Archers move up. I would assume this would give us some decent gear. That champion's gonna wreck us. If we don't take him out quickly. He is slaughtering our troops. Nice. Okay, it's just gonna be this horseman.
Archer move! Soldier
I might have our infantry hold. Okay, we hit the horse. Nice 33 damage there. If we can take out his mount, make this fight a lot easier for us. Oh. Oh, we got him. Nice. Earned 50% of the loot.
Well fought! At last!
We did lose 10 of our troops, though.
The day is ours!
A tough fight that was, but look at those prisoners. Those guys should sell for a nice amount. Honestly, this gear's not the best. Could get a huge cloak. We'll wear it. Sure. That dropped us in what, though? It reduces our armor. That's fine. Okay, let's see what we got here. Ransoming prisoners. Yep, so we go to the Tavern District, ransom our prisoners. We also have a Wanderer. Let's go ahead and ransom you. Your stats aren't super great. You're decent at two-handed. You have some throwing skill. Your steward's not that great. Your medicine's not that great. Scouting's not that great. But I suppose we could start leveling you up if we wanted to. Let's see how much he costs.
I don't think I know you. Peace to you, stranger.
My name is Derngale, sir. Tell me about yourself. I'll tell you, I'll tell anyone who listens. My father had 5 sons. That wasn't unusual, but what was unusual is that we all made it to adulthood. There wasn't enough land for all of us, so the 2 youngest of us moved to Charos. Found work on the wharves, hauling in cargoes from all the ships coming in. For a few years, it was good work. But with the wars and a lot of people losing their land, things changed on the docks. Too many hands and not enough cargoes. Gangs from the back alley started getting involved. If you didn't hire their people, maybe your ship would go up in flames. One night, I was walking home with my brother when we ran into a group working for one boss they called Big Tuna. Told us our crew had killed one of theirs, and they were going to kill one of ours in return. Took my brother, wrapped a heavy chain around his legs, and threw him into the water. I don't know why they let me live. I'm sorry for your loss, sir. So I ran. I left Charos. Look, I know about shipping, cargoes, inventories. I'm not a violent man, but I will learn to fight, and then I'll return. I'll show them that there's a price to be paid for killing my brother. Right now, I'm looking for work if you have anything to offer. You know what? I'll take the dude. Just because he's got a similar story to me. We both lost family members to these dang bandits. We do have some missions we could do. We don't really have enough troops to escort a merchant caravan right now. We would probably need to level up our troops first before getting into that. Combat movement speed or hit points. I think I'm gonna go hit points. Bow is maxed out. Do we go two-handed next or keep boosting athletics? Or we could boost like tactics. We don't have a two-handed yet, so let's just go athletics. Let's keep buffing ourselves and our combat capabilities. Alright, we want to go to where there's castles. We are going to need some more money here shortly. If we could take out these looters, that would be great. Perfect. Never take us alive. Oh, we should gear up our guy. We need to look and see what loot we can give them. That's why I didn't sell my loot yet. Let me take a quick second to look at some controls. Key bindings. Show indicators. Yep. Interact, jump, crouch, switch weapon. Zoom is left shift. View character. Okay. Camera toggle. Okay, we know that. Middle mouse button is lock target. Switch between locking and unlocking the view to the enemy currently focused at. Middle mouse button. Character zoom in is number pad. Taunt is O. Middle mouse button is also show cursor. We know that. These are all about orders. Bannerlord editor. Photo mode. H is hide UI. Enter is take a picture. Does that not count in... Oh, photo mode. I see. So it would be something like this. Okay. I mean, I feel like I don't really want to do that in the middle of the video, but that's... it's gonna be how I'm gonna get my thumbnails for this series. Nice if I could actually hit a shot, wouldn't it? Charge, man, charge! That was a nice headshot. And that, my friends, is a victory. Two more prisoners. Take some more wood runners. And here, we have the choice to go for one-handed with polearm and throwing axes. And then we get just straight two-handed with throwing weapons. Or we go axe and shield, who then gets sword and shield. I feel like we do want some shields in our front line. And you guys still get two throwing weapons. So I think I'm going to go Battanian skirmishers for now. Having some frontline troops would be nice. Alright, none of this is better than what we have. But you can get some upgrades, good sir. Sling bullets. Let's look at armor. go by highest value. Shoulder harness. These boots are better. Okay. We're gonna need to get you some weapons. We're gonna want to keep all this stuff. All that stuff we can sell, that stuff we can sell. Okay, perfect. Alright, let's try and get some more archers going. Boom, 3 more, we'll take it. You are connected to Sionon, so that's not gonna give us archers. Who's at war with... Okay, Valandia. It's not us, thank goodness. I don't think we can afford 2 wars. We're already about to lose 2 castles. We'll take the 3 archers. We can't because we're out of money. Alright, we gotta be a little careful here. We're gonna need to go somewhere to sell. Quickly. I'd like to hit those 11 looters. Oh, that's a lot of looters right there. Okay, trade. Trade all our weapons. Trade those. Trade all our armor. Okay, that got us up to 1492. That's decent. Now, there were a ton of looters over here. Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna try a fight against about 50 looters. I think we might be able to do it. I think we can do it. Okay, now we can start getting formations. I take it we are the horse archer. Okay, we need at least 20 troops before you can get that. I gotcha. So we have a little ranged influence, even though it's just 1. I understand how all this works, thanks.
Troops!
New formations, we got it, bud. You have a nice infantry influence.
Infantry!
And now we can kind of like look at the map, see where our best vantage points are. Try and get high ground. Take advantage of choke points. I'm actually very surprised how wide open this map is. This map seems huge. I feel like we can never go way back here. We have a little bit of high ground there, but I think I'd rather just stick to the open ground. I'd rather you guys be in a line. Alright, let's hope we can survive. Losing a battle in the first episode and being taken prisoner would probably not be super great. But this could get us a decent amount of renown and some good gear. Well, not good gear, but a decent amount of gear to sell. Looters shouldn't really have anything good for us. Is there a way to, like, free roam? Toggle characters. Oh, we can totally get rid of that. We can roll the camera. That's kind of cool. Change the lighting. Toggle cursor. Oh, that's kind of cool. Focus. Men of Battania. And then H is hide UI. How do we hide the cursor again? C and H. Oh, we can move the camera. Sick. And then shift allows us to go a little bit quicker. Okay, nice. I might just do that off camera, probably. Like, just quickly jump into a battle, but don't save. And then, get some cinematic shots there. We might have to make sure that we quick saved often. I think we might be in a bit of trouble here, if I'm being honest.
Footman! Attack!
I have a feeling our infantry is going to go down very quickly, just because they're extremely outnumbered. I think we lost this fight. Probably should have stayed on my horse. I guess if anything, we're getting decent levels. Yeah, they just have too many people throwing rocks. We've been defeated! But, like I said, we gained some nice levels there, so I guess I can't complain too much. We're gonna be taken prisoner. I think I'm gonna get a skill point in athletics. We're gonna have to get our companion back already. We'll see how much money they take of ours. Let's see if we can wait for a better offer. I mean, we're still injured anyways. We did find a hideout. We might even be able to escape, but the price keeps going down and down. Yes! Okay, let's go back to recruiting some troops. We get some nice archers. As you leave the village, one of your soldiers proudly shows you a magic oil he bought from a peddler, who told him that if he anoints himself with it, it will prevent him from being wounded in battle. We can increase our morale. Congratulate the soldier on his wise purchase and tell him that you expect to see him in the thick of the fray in the next battle. Reputation for being devious and calculating. I don't really think this matters too much, like our reputation, but the morale would be nice. We've lost the honest trait, but again, as of right now, I don't think that matters too much. Did we lose any of our gear? No. They just took some of our food. Which is fine. So we can always buy some food. Can buy it at Cianon for much cheaper. Although, since you produce grain, you might sell it for quite cheap. No, you sell it for more expensive. Oh, we don't want those. We don't want smoke with those forest bandits. Those guys would wreck us. Who do you fight for? Battania. No. You're just the Wolfskins party? Alright, let's do let's do one giant battle. This will be fun. Let's get everybody to just charge.
Give him hell!
You do have Battanian troops, it seems. Plus we can level up our riding skill a little bit. Not that we'll be spending a lot of time. You guys do have the wolf helms, which is really cool. You guys all have the wolf helms. So, are you guys like special units? Must be, right? Do you serve a master yet? Our accuracy is horrible on horse. Horrible. Point blank. At least we took out a few units ourselves. Got some points in riding and one-handed. Got 0 renown, but we got a hat. Alrighty, let's go ahead and head on into here. We're not gonna have anything that we can trade. Well, I mean, we can equip that. But I do think that we are going to go ahead and end things here for today. So, as always, I appreciate y'all for stopping by, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Until then, peace out, y'all.